You got to kick it off with a killer to grab attention. Then you got to take it up a notch.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us.
Who are you?
I'm Shiva, the god of death.
Cells. Interlinked.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Folks, welcome to Debaser, a film podcast. I'm Jared Rusk, and I'm joined by my co-host Will.
Vroom vroom.
On this show, we explore both new and familiar movies as we attempt to analyze and interpret them, all in an effort to debase the films and ourselves.
When does Human Skin Truck Baby start playing? Does it play before the intro that we just did, or is it playing in a minute?
God help us, it might go at the beginning.
I think that'd be good.
Listener, if you don't know what we're talking about, then I gracefully cut it and perhaps slapped it on at the end. So stay tuned if you want to hear our horrible rendition of Comedy Bang Bangs, or I should say Memphis Kansas Breeze's Human Skin Truck Baby.
There you go. Yes.
An apt song.
Yeah.
Because today we're discussing the 2021 film.
That is, yeah.
Titane.
Titane. Now, Titane answers the question that nobody asked, which is, what happens when a woman gets impregnated by a car and has its human skin truck baby?
And that is, in fact, what happens in this film.
That does happen in this movie.
To spoil it, you may have heard rumblings about this movie, and, you know.
So here's the thing. I did not. You were the only person that was trying to talk to me about this fucking movie.
Yeah, because it was making waves in 2021, and like it won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival.
Did it really?
Yeah. Which, because everyone, like, it was on like everyone's lips about, you hear about this movie, this woman fucks a car, you know, and like gets pregnant. And it was like, oh, that's just some weird art house movie that like real sickos are going to seek out. And then it wins the Palme d'Or at Cannes Film Festival. So, and everyone's like, what the fuck is happening?
Can you explain that to not only me, but all the other normies out here who don't know what that is?
Oh, yeah. The Cannes Film Festival is a very prestigious film festival that's held in France.
Yeah, it's in France.
I'm doing the animation, like, edit my lips if I'm saying the wrong thing. I believe it's in France.
If it's not France, it's Canada. It's one of the two.
That's Toronto. That's TIFF.
That's
TIFF is the other big film festival.
Then it's France. It's France.
But and Spike Lee was the host that year, or the lead of it, and he accidentally gave it away like super early too, because his translator was translating from French to him, and he thought they said, what's the first prize in first place, and they meant like what was the first like award they were giving out. And so he accidentally gave away at the beginning of the ceremony that Titane won the Palme d'Or, which is the Golden Palm, which is that's
like the highest thing,
right? It means like their best film of the festival, and it's voted on by all the critics that are attending the film festival.
Dude, nobody, either they wrote that in as a joke. Not to say this movie is bad, because it's not, but they either wrote it in as a joke, or nobody was making movies.
Love this movie. It has a 93.
Critics love this movie? Are you fucking kidding? I can't wait for you to read out some of the critic
I've
things.
got some.
I know you do.
It has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, and even the audience score is 85. Like, it's not that
that's because real sickos
people
went
seeking
to
it
fucking,
out. Yeah, exactly. Not just any normie off the street is going to even have heard of this movie, because it's, you know, it's a super weird French movie. It's like art house cinema that's surprisingly like melodramatic, you know.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I remember, like, you know, when you got a hold of it, you were like, "Hey, Will, yeah, we got to hang out. We got to watch Titane, dude."
Yeah, we got to watch
and
this
I was
fucking
like,
movie.
Yeah, whenever, you know, whatever. And that was 2 years ago. And now we finally watched it. And I'm glad that you didn't tell me anything about it, because I had no idea what the fuck was going on in there at all. And the moment that woman fucks that car, I knew I was in.
And that's what, 10, 15 minutes in?
Yeah, it's not that.
It's after the first murder, right? But
no, yes, it is. But
like, she comes in to wash off the guy's vomit.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Man, I'm so horny. I gotta fuck this car now."
Well, the car was banging on the door. It wanted in. It wanted to fuck her.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because she's like part car, I guess.
Yeah,
a car tried to kill her.
She's
now
got titanium in her, so she's
Now, what's crazy is that they did not pull a Methrigan and have her sing the Titanium song. Which was, I think, a missed opportunity in retrospect. Because, you know, Methrigan made gangbusters, so
that's why they have to remake this movie in America.
I think that, yes, and they have to at a certain point. Probably when she's pretending to be the lost boy and she's dancing on top of the fire truck before she fucks that.
Yeah, she fucks. I forgot she fucked the fire truck later.
Yeah, and that's how you got the fire truck skin baby.
Wait, what?
That's how you get the fire truck skin baby.
Is this like a new?
No, it's not. It's not a new thing. I'm just like trying to tie in all of the song that we sang.
There's multiple babies.
and the fact that she fucks a truck that just happens to be a fire truck.
Yeah.
And she has a car baby hybrid. I was just trying to make a joke.
A titanium baby. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I know you have like gotten no sleep, so
Neither are one of us. Yeah.
that's true.
Well, I'll do my preamble.
Let's hear it.
Titane is available to stream on Hulu, but you can also purchase and rent it on pretty much any streaming platform. The film stars Vincent Lindon and Agatha Roussel. That may be Agath Roussel. Apologies. These are French names. And the brief synopsis is, following a series of unexplained crimes, a father is reunited with a son who has been missing for 10 years. Now, that's a little misleading.
Yeah, hold on. Did you? I remember us meeting up, recorded Glory and the creator.
Yeah.
I remember being like, when the fuck are we, when are we going to talk about Titane?
Yeah.
B, we need to talk about Titane. And then you gave me the synopsis of like, I mean, yeah, that happened, but that's not what it leads with at all.
Right, it's misleading.
It's super misleading.
Intentionally, I think, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I don't think they want to play their cards. Like the filmmakers, the production studio, what have you, whoever writes the synopsis, didn't want to play their hand. You know, they were like, let's leave some mystique to this movie. We want it to be on everyone's lips that like this lady fucks a car in this movie. And it's
let's leave some mystique in this movie, but within the first 15 minutes of the movie, have her fuck the car.
Yeah, she just like randomly stabs a man to death brutally, like through the ear, right?
Yeah,
she kills that first guy.
These chopsticks that she has in her hand.
Yeah, and then fucks a car like right after. Wild shit. Oh, and that's after doing like a very provocative striptease on top of said car.
Yeah, that's right.
And then getting her hair caught in another woman's nipple piercing, right?
Yes.
Which was like
while they were showering,
really cringy. Yeah,
it's fucking weird.
Oh, this movie goes some places, man.
It goes hard. I love this movie.
The film's budget is estimated to have been 5 million euros, and its worldwide box office gross was nearly $5 million. The film maintains a 90% Rotten Tomatoes critic score and an 85% audience score. And despite the film's bizarre content, the film won the coveted Palme d'Or at the 2021 Cannes Film Festival.
I really want to see the list of everybody else that competed.
All the other films that year?
Yeah, I need to know.
Yeah, I know. You remember Joker won like 2 years before when it was there too. That was a big deal.
Oh my God, it did, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. The film has won many other awards from various other critics groups and organizations. Reviewing the film for The Observer, film critic Mark Kermode said of Titane, "Some will be repelled, many will be bamboozled, but for those with an appetite for cinema that gets you in the gut, director Ducournau delivers the goods." In her review for The Independent, critic Clarice Lowry said, "It's a body horror film that's really a family drama, that's really a sly comedy about the discomfort of being trapped inside all this vulnerable and perfect flesh." Letterboxd user
I don't know about
Megan...
that last one there.
You don't like that one?
I said I don't know about that last, the last bit of that.
Letterboxd user Megan Bitchell left this review for Titane. "Gay son and thought daughter, 5 stars."
Yes, I agree with that.
Letterboxd user Jeff said, "Eraserhead, but for the LGBTQ community, 5 stars."
These are great. I love these.
Writer and director Julia Ducournau.
You did just say Ducournau.
Ducournau, excuse me.
That's okay. You just said it.
She also made the 2016 film Raw,
which we do eventually need to talk about the both of those in conjunction with each other.
Yeah, because we watched that around the time it came out. You and I. Not for this was way before the podcast.
Yeah.
And I wasn't as impressed as I wanted to be, but I still thought it was a good film.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, the trailer I think oversold that movie for me.
It was the buzz and like
the buzz
I think
and everything.
That if you had been like, hey, well, we need to watch this Titane movie, it's getting a lot of buzz. This lady fucks a car. I think maybe I wouldn't have been as shocked as I was,
and that's why I'm more and more trying to pull back from that.
Right.
Because I feel like that it did Raw a disservice.
It did. Well, it did. Because like when you tell me, oh, people were vomiting in the
there was the
theater.
Sensational headlines about like, oh, somebody passed out and somebody vomited, and it's just because like it's a cannibalistic horror film with lots of drama, and it's a good film. Like it handles all of its themes really well.
Yeah,
but it's oversold as like a
right. And this is post Martyrs, so I'm expecting like some really extreme shit, and it just did not live up to it.
Right.
Like you tell me, oh, people are passing out in the theater. This is a French movie, and it's about cannibalism. Like this has got to be fucking crazy, right? Just wasn't.
But it's just a stunt. Yeah. It's unfortunately didn't live up to the hype, but it's a good film on its own merits.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of press does it a disservice. Like I said, it's a shame. But yeah, as far as my thoughts on the film, I mean, wow, where to begin?
Yeah.
I had an inkling of what this film entailed because there was rumblings on the internet that the film centered around someone having sex with a car. But I had no idea it was actually a gripping and moving drama that explored gender and grief in ways that few films ever do. And the performance by Vincent Lindon and Agatha Roussel were incredible, especially Vincent. The film was completely unpredictable in a fun way, and I enjoyed every weird twist and turn it took. Even the scenes that ran uncomfortably long, by the end, I understood and was more engrossed for having sat through them, despite how the plot reads on paper. So I beg, please, if you're listening to this and you haven't seen the film, please don't just sit and read the plot on Wikipedia. Like, yeah, it's not doing the film you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
But yeah, despite how the plot reads on paper, the film stands on its own over the shock and awe of it. The lurid, eye-popping choices the film makes don't feel contrived or exploitative. I was just constantly impressed, because it is essentially about a serial killer that's, turned on by cars.
Yes.
That also decides to impersonate a missing boy.
Yep. I really want to know what Ducorno was like thinking when she made this. Like, was she watching one of those documentaries about like because there's two instances of this?
There was a very famous instance of this happening in France. Like a person actually did this, like a famous like imposter who like would do. It was like a serial imposter.
Oh shit!
Found a missing French or Algerian, something like that boy that went missing like 10 years prior and was like, I'm this kid now. And everyone else was like, no, you're not. And the parents were like, this is our son.
Yeah.
There was a documentary film made about it because it was just such a bizarre case.
Yeah.
And it's a mix of like what this film explores, in a fictional way is like, what if, your grief was too strong that you couldn't overlook that obviously this is not your child.
Or you knew that it wasn't, but it didn't matter.
Right. It's the fact that
they were filling a hole that was
exactly. She's filling a void for him, and so he wants to overlook.
Did this not happen in America too? I felt like it did.
It's possible
because there was like a family that lost their kid, and then some kid from like Argentina or Venezuela.
Actually, yeah. I think you're right. I think it was like in the Midwest. Yeah, but the kid was from.
South America.
Was it South America? Okay, yeah.
And like he had an accent and everything. Yeah. And he looked nothing like their kid.
A different ethnicity.
Yeah,
even.
And they did not give a single shit.
You're right. Yeah, and the police were like, "We'll do a, paternity test or what have you," and they were like, "No, it's okay."
No.
Yeah,
it's him. Yeah, and then there's that movie, The Changeling, that Angelina Jolie did.
Yeah.
I just did not expect that to happen in this fucking movie, man.
And is it about halfway where she's like running through the airport and decides to do this?
So let me think. So
and you're like, no, you're not. And then she's like breaking her nose on the sink.
Yeah, it's actually funny. So they were seeding the change really early on because
you see like a missing kid poster on the TV.
Right. So there's the part where it opens up with the kid, our main character being an asshole while they're a child, not wearing their seatbelt. And the dad getting into a car accident and they having to do a surgery on her and she has titanium in her head, right?
And importantly, as they're leaving the hospital, the doctor says, watch for any signs of psychosis after the surgery.
If I didn't fucking catch that, or if I did catch that, I didn't remember it. It doesn't matter. And then we get the montage of the like dance number and then the showering scene and then the murder of the first guy and then fucking the car and then her going home. And that's when, like, I think the mom's watching the news, and in the background, they're talking about a missing kid.
Right. It's like it's been 10 years since this boy went missing. Yeah.
Yep. She realizes that there's something wrong with her. Obviously, she realizes that she's pregnant with this car's baby. And I can't remember what exactly, like, she has her dad examine her, which is really fucking weird.
Well, the mom, so the dad's a doctor. Oh, and the mom is like, are you not feeling well? And she's like, no. And it's the adverse effects of the car pregnancy, I think is, oh God, we see a horrifying image of what I guess is supposed to be like either carbon or oil stained on her. Oh god, it's
I
rough.
forgot about that. Yeah, it's yeah.
But and
on
she's
her
like
pants,
clearly
right?
not feeling well, and the mom is like, "Oh, you should have your dad check you out,"
Yeah.
and he does not look happy about it. And so there's a scene where he's like, giving her like a pelvic exam, and she's like, neither one of them want to do it. You can tell. And
I don't think that the relationship ever really recovered from
no
the car accident.
And I think he knows that she's a psychopath now. Like he's seen it happen, because later when she comes home after killing a bunch of people, like he sees her, and I think she's covered in blood, and you can just see from the look on his face, he's like, oh fuck.
He's like, oh, you're.
And that's when she burns the house down with them in it.
Yeah. Wait, did that happen?
Yeah. When she comes back from killing all those people in that house,
She burns down her own house.
she burns down her parents' house. Yeah, with them in it. Presumably, we
Jared.
don't ever see them escape.
Jared, I think I had it like my kid woke up or something. I missed that entirely.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did not realize she killed her own fucking family.
Yeah. So when she goes berserk in that house and starts killing
and kills all those people. Yeah.
in like an American Psycho, like
Yeah.
real crazy ass scene where I was like, she's not getting away with this, or she's imagining this.
Like what? She's killed 3 of them, and she starts making out with the third guy or the fourth guy that comes out of the bathroom, like. And then she kills him too. Like, no,
Yeah.
that was really unbelievable. But once again, she did fuck a car. So like,
I know the movie just like keeps escalating from there, and
Yeah.
then she's in the airport trying to get away from all this, and then she decides, I'm going to pretend to be this 10-year-old boy, and you're
right.
just like, no. And then she goes to break her nose, and you're like, stop.
please, what's wrong with you? And didn't she like punch herself in the eye too?
Yeah, she was trying to do it with her fist first,
Yes.
and that's when she keeps hitting herself, and then she eventually just starts slamming it on the edge of the sink. That was rough. Considering
rough.
all the things that happened in this movie, like that was one of the rougher ones too. Oof.
Right. But yeah, it was
Oof.
yeah, she starts becoming the missing kid after she does the killing rampage, and I guess also killing her parents too.
Yeah.
That's
So
some
she
wild
pretends to be that boy because the police are looking for her,
Right.
obviously. She's wanted for multiple murders now. So she pretends to be this little missing boy.
And I think isn't his name like Angelo or some shit?
Yes, the Vincent's character,
Yeah.
who is a fire captain.
Yeah, he's a firefighter captain guy.
Yeah, and so he picks her up from the police station, and he is incredibly distraught about it. And I think when she's in the car with him driving home, she is sizing up the situation and realizing,
she's really
I fucked
trying to.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
she's
he's
like, I fucked
huge.
up, and so she bails out of the car.
Yeah, the dad is fucking massive, dude. This guy is like. Oh, I mean, I guess you do find out later he's been doing steroids and shit, but like,
Oh, yeah.
I forgot she jumped out of the car too. There's a lot of like, once again, this has been like 2 months, so that's my bad. But he gets her home, and like, he shows her the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and
a immaculately untouched like
Mhm.
10-year-old boy's bedroom.
that's right. And he's like,
Everything is so fraught.
I feel like he wanted to watch her get undressed to like confirm his suspicion,
Right.
but then also was like, well, if you want the privacy, go for it, because I think there's a moment in time where the human need to know the answer to a question versus the want or the joy of having a person, the possibility of a person coming back into your life,
Right.
and that one winning over after a little bit of cajoling. Because at a certain point, she didn't want to talk at all.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
She doesn't speak for a long time.
she stays basically mute for the majority of the time that she's around.
Yeah, from then on,
him.
like she almost never speaks again. Yeah.
It's very fucking crazy.
But yeah, so the next like hour of the film almost is incredibly fraught scenes of her and him basically doing like
Bonding.
does he know?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
But like all the while, yeah, bonding, having very tense, awkward situations where she's worried she's revealing too much,
yeah.
and
And she's also like constantly having to tie her stomach down.
right, she's binding her chest.
Yep. And her
it's-
stomach.
It's doing horrible. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and she realizes she's pregnant and she's showing, so she's binding her chest and her stomach, and it's doing horrible looking damage to her body.
Yeah.
It's so gruesome.
Her veins are starting to go black because
Oh,
of like
God. I
the
forgot about
oil
that.
from the car baby. inside of
Right.
her.
So she's because it's a car baby, she's starting to oh god, and there's that scene where she starts picking at her stomach. Oh
Yeah,
it's-
'cause
it's
it's pretty
rough
fucking
stuff.
heinous. Yeah. But like, so some of the situations that she has to deal with is his coworkers, especially like this young
Yes.
this
Well,
young guy who's definitely like supposed to be the son replacement
Yeah.
character, but then now that the son is back, he's taking a huge backseat to
Yep.
them. And at a certain point, she meets the mother of the missing son, and like she immediately knows.
Yeah, she corners her in the bedroom and she was like, when are you going to tell him?
Yeah.
Like what is the purpose of this? You know, because she just knows right off the bat, and then she realizes she's pregnant. You know, and then she kind of I think she takes some empathy with her.
Yeah.
Then
because you can tell like she's struggling. She's concerned.
Oh man, what a tense.
That was a good scene.
That's the thing. On paper, this film is like exploitative, like trash, made by somebody who's like, I can just write like the next one shocking plot device to the next. But then as you're watching it play out, like, no, it's played as a honest to God, incredible drama by actors who are selling it the hell out of it.
Yeah, they're all doing a great job.
Right. And it's not like, oh, this
seriously.
is just some, you know, trashy ass movie.
Yeah.
With like insane shit happening. Like, no, it's real. Like it's playing out
real to me, man. It's real to me.
They're taking it. Yeah.
You know, there's that part where the replacement son is like, I know who you are.
And
no, wait. Yeah.
We see him like Googling the girl and realizing like this is who it is. And so he confronts the dad later and he was like, when are you going to like admit to yourself that this isn't your son? And then he just happens to get blown up in an accident later.
It wasn't an accident. The dad did it on purpose. It was a training exercise. And the dad did it on purpose.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. I felt really bad for him. I remember like I was texting you while I was watching this shit. I remember the first thing it was like, holy shit, she fucked a car. And you go, that's Titane, baby. But that shit was so fucking funny. But like, yeah, I was like really into it. And I remember like, yo, they're going to kill the guy? Like he did nothing wrong.
Yep.
Fuck, man.
I think my favorite scene in this movie.
Yeah.
All the weird stuff
was
aside.
when she gave birth to the fucking car baby.
It's not that.
Skin car baby.
It's the party scene where all the firefighters are having a great time with the bisexual lighting and the Future Island song just starts playing. And there's no audio other than the Future Island song. I love that band, by the way.
I don't know that band.
Check them out. They have an incredible performance on the Late Show with David Letterman.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just a party scene of all these firefighters just having
the gayest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, that's the thing. Well, they're French firefighters. Yeah. They're all incredibly good looking.
So if they're French, that means they're like automatically bisexual?
No, it's
I think all of us
in
are
America, we would label it that. Like, it was kind of gay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's homoerotic. Like, no, they're just guys.
They're just guys having a good time.
Having a good time.
In bisexual lighting.
And one of them happens to be a girl.
Yep.
And she starts dancing seductively at the end of this party.
Feeling himself.
Maybe it was a different party.
No, it is the end of that one.
It is that same party? I was like, because they have a lot of parties.
This is true. They do have a lot of parties.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the one where she really starts feeling herself. She gets on top of the fire truck and just starts dancing.
Because
like
she was, as we saw, she's an exotic dancer.
That's right.
In her past life.
And you can tell all these guys are like, yo, why am I getting turned on right now?
Right. Why is the chief's son turning me on through this dance right now on top of this fire truck? And then the dad comes in and sees it. And
it shuts that party down. That party's got to stop. But you know what doesn't stop? The car fucking, because she fucks the fire truck right afterwards.
And it's not long after that where she gives birth, right? Well, first, oh God.
What?
In a misdirection of love,
mm-hmm.
She crawls into bed with the dad.
Yes.
And, he shuts it down.
Yeah.
He's like, no, that's not what this is. But it's clear that he knows.
You're my son.
Right. And
even though
he walks her through this, like, this is how this is.
Yeah.
And he sets the boundaries there with her right away.
Good for him.
But then she starts giving birth immediately.
Yes. Well, isn't he trying to like burn himself alive while she's giving birth, but then stops it? There's a part where he tries to kill himself. And
I think he was trying to kill himself before she came in.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, a lot happens.
Yeah. But
away here.
She goes to give birth and like her skin is ripping apart and you can see a stomach that is made of metal underneath her
there's
skin.
Like metal, exposed through her skin.
Yeah.
She's having an incredibly difficult, painful delivery.
Yep.
But the dad is a firefighter paramedic, so he's like,
he's ready for it.
Puts her in the positions and is walking her through it. Unfortunately, she doesn't survive the delivery, but the baby does. The baby comes out healthy and alive. And
I don't know about healthy, Jared.
Well,
because that baby's got a metal spine.
It doesn't get checked out, but yeah, he holds up the baby and we see that it has like metal pieces to its anatomy on it.
It is a human skin truck baby. I think even like as soon as it comes out,
and then it cuts to credits though. That's the film.
Yeah. That is how it ends. But it doesn't. Doesn't he like even call the baby by his missing son's name? right before it goes away.
Does he
Like,
say it?
I'm almost positive
before
he
it
does,
cuts to
right before it
credits?
cuts to credits.
Yeah.
I remember the moment that movie ended, right? I paused it, or I turned it off, and I walked into the other room where my wife was working, and I said, Haley, I just watched a movie where a woman fucked a car, got pregnant by the car, and gave birth to that car, all whilst being the changeling. And she was like, "What the fuck?"
But then you have to say, and it was good.
It was, yeah, I was like, and she was like, "Well, did you like it?" I was like, "Of course I liked it. It was fucking weird. It was well done."
And it was like, it's a serious drama where I think the actors could win for best performance. You know?
Yeah,
Like-
I think that the movie probably would held that back. Like, people have been like, "Oh yeah, you performed well," but like, what the? I can't give this.
Right.
I can't give this award to this shit.
That's
you know?
what the film is
So you recast-
repulsive
yeah.
at first glance.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like,
But then you like give them like real stuff
Yeah.
to work with, and then
exactly. Everyone is selling it.
yeah,
So
you're doing a really
well.
good job. So Jared, I got to ask you, because I don't know how far in we are. But
30
like,
minutes.
oh, word. What do you want to talk about? Because I've got stuff that I could talk about, but it's not about this movie. It's just in conjunction with this movie.
What else is going on with you, man?
Well, no. So what I was gonna say is, did you see that movie Men?
No, I've not seen Men.
Okay.
That's that Alex Garland movie that came out last year
Yeah.
or so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you really need to watch Men.
I'll check it out. But honestly, I heard some mixed things. I heard it's a little too on the nose.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of, but not really. It's like beautiful. It's like really well shot.
Mhm.
You know, I think it takes place in Ireland, which, you know, I'm all about.
I think that's where Alex Garland is from. Too.
Oh, word. I like that. And then like there's a pretty horrendous scene where this man gives birth to a man that gives birth to a man that gives birth to a man that gives birth to a man.
Good Lord.
And it's fucking intense. And like I remember the moment that she fucked that car and got pregnant, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be fucking extreme. Like she has to give birth to this car baby." And I'm going to be traumatized all over again, like when I watched the movie Men. So you should watch Men. It's really good. I liked it.
I'm still taking that in.
Dude, it is fucking extreme.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I remember the trailer and thinking, oh, this is going to be like a really crazy, like psycho horror drama about a woman dealing with like the death of her husband, like the suicide of her husband, I think.
Dude, yeah, like the movie does explore that as well. And it's actually, man, that movie is like actually really pretty to look at. Like it's got a lot of really good shots, man.
It's Alex Garland.
I know. Yeah, because yeah, that's right. You sold me on this movie because he did
Annihilation.
I remember loving that movie.
He wrote 28 Days Later too.
Oh God, he's good.
Yeah, he's great. He's
like
done
him.
some good stuff.
Yeah, he does.
He has a TV show
Oh,
I've been meaning to check out called Devs.
I've heard of Devs.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's about.
Apparently very good. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's in film school that was trying to sell me even hard. He's like, have you heard of this? And I'm like, I've heard of it. I've not seen it. And he showed me a clip from it where they've built a simulation. They're developers and they have developed, the guy that we love from Dune is in it. His name is Stephen McKinley Henderson.
Yeah.
But it's all the developers like sitting around this simulation they've built.
Yeah.
Like they've built, I haven't seen it, so it's hard for me to describe it, but they're looking at a screen.
A simulated world.
But a simulated world, but it's not like a video game. It's like literally like a separate world that they're viewing into.
Yeah, with like
and they've created the Big
computerized human
Bang.
souls and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. They've like the Big Bang happens inside of this world that they're watching.
Yes.
And they're watching the birth of a new universe essentially. And they're all just kind of in awe at it. And it
Dude,
was
it's cool as fuck.
pretty
I was gonna
engrossing,
be like, well, you know, Alex Garland likes to have some sort of weird supernatural shit. So like, what's the hook of this? That's cool as shit, dude.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
I wonder
What's it on?
Is available to stream on Hulu. But to me, I wonder if it's like, you know, the Twilight Zone episode where the guy builds like a little colony.
Yeah.
And it like eventually grows and grows. And
Yeah,
they
like
become
Simpsons and South
the
Park
Simpsons
parodied
riffed
it.
on it too. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and then the South Park episode is even like making fun of how they're ripping off the Simpsons when they do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the colony becomes so advanced they end up becoming a warring faction.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if that's essentially in a nutshell what Devs is going to be.
We'll see.
From what I've seen in that, I don't know though.
It kind of reminds me of this Black Mirror episode from the newest season.
Yeah.
Where a person turning on Netflix and the show is about what they did that day, and it just keeps progressively getting worse and worse and ruins their life. And they go to Netflix and they find out that they're in a simulation.
Oh, is that the one where you could pick the choices?
No,
the
that
movie?
was
okay.
that was a different one. That was
Yeah.
Bandersnatch, which was pretty good. But no, like it gets progressively crazier. Like the actress who's playing the character gets played by Jennifer Lopez, and then Jennifer Lopez gets played by this person, whatever, right? And so like all the actions that this person does gets progressively worse, and so they take a shit in the middle of somebody's wedding, and so Jennifer Lopez has to do that, and now she's pissed off, and they work together to go to Netflix to get it fixed. But it basically continues to escalate until you find out that there's an AI that's been writing or been using people's likenesses to make shows that are personalized to them. And the person in our world chooses to smash it, which is killing everybody else in these AI worlds. But like, not killing, but like these fictional people, they have their own lives, yada, 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 whatever, right? And then so the resolution is a normal ass person who's being played by the person who was playing them in the simulation are the ones that were working together to get it all fixed. And it was just like layers upon layers upon layers. But like what you just said kind of reminded me of that. I'm not doing a very good explanation because I watched this like 3 months ago.
I've watched a handful of Black Mirror episodes though, and it's not for me.
No, some of them are good.
I don't want to get depressed for an hour.
Oh, why not? That's so
it's
fun.
such a bummer every time I've tried to watch it.
I like being bummed.
And I did the pilot.
Yeah, the pilot was good.
No, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, you don't want to watch a dude fuck a pig?
No.
You watched a chick fuck a car?
Yeah, but it was different. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't
the same thing.
The saddest hour of my life,
So, did this movie remind you of anything, or like, what do you want to talk about this movie? Like, I mean, there's like not that much we can say. We liked the movie; it was well acted. The concept was fucking insane. Like,
I have nothing to compare it to.
You've got nothing to compare it to. No.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the director real quick?
We watched Raw like fucking 7 years ago, so I'm a little hazy on it, but I remember thinking it was fine.
So here's the funny thing, right? She has a commercial series that is airing on HBO.
Commercials?
Yeah, if you go to her IMDb right now,
I know she worked on 2 TV shows. One of them is that M. Night Shyamalan produced show called Servant.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's not something I could watch right now.
Yeah, let's say go to IMDb and pull her up, and you'll see, I think, either the one that's above Titane is like some sort of French word, and it's got either Timothée Chalamet or Austin Butler as the picture.
Oh. And
it's a commercial series for like, I don't know, either perfume or clothing. I have no idea what it's about. But
Austin Butler, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like decor or some shit.
Oh, it's just a perfume commercial.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. But like,
I just can't believe those get listed on IMDb now.
It's fucking weird, man. But like, it was just really, really, really weird to have like seen a bunch of these commercials, then watch Titane and be like, what else has this person done? And then see those commercials and then see Raw.
It's so clear that like a marketing person for this cologne like made this IMDb page too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
You want to know how I saw those commercials?
Yeah.
Because of How To with John Wilson, which I have been shilling for recently.
Are you watching it on HBO or
are there
ads on Max now?
Ads are on Max.
Oh,
you can pay less. But
maybe maybe the person's account I'm using doesn't have ads.
Yeah, maybe. And then so I was watching How To with John Wilson. I was getting those. I was like, these are fucking weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been shilling out How To with John Wilson recently.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear it. I love that show.
Yeah, it's a good one. Going to Philly recently like made me think about it a lot because there's a lot of
Austin Butler ass kids up there.
No. Not awnings, scaffolding. There's a lot of scaffolding to protect people's heads.
Yeah.
Shit.
I remember when I was in New York for a weekend, there was scaffolding everywhere. Yeah. But yeah, fragrance commercials.
I hate those. They're so stupid.
I was just ranting about this to my wife, like, are some of the dumbest fucking things there are. Although there is one running right now that I don't remember what the fragrance is.
Yeah.
It's a perfume, but it's like the girl in it kind of looks like Rihanna. And I was like, this is actually like a fragrance commercial I don't hate. Like it has like a pleasant like 80s song and it's just like a bunch of scenes of a girl having fun. And I was like, this is nice. It's not like a super insane avant-garde short film.
Lea Seydoux dancing with some random man on the moon.
And then crying at the same time while the like most chiseled man you've ever seen is piloting a speedboat through Croatia. And you're just like, what is happening? You know, nothing makes sense.
You can tell that neither of us have had sleep at all because, I think 15 minutes has gone by now. We have not talked about Titane.
That's okay. What is there to say? To go see Titane, people.
Yeah, go see it.
And then you can tell people about this movie at a party, and they'll be like, "What the fuck?
Actually,
you are like cultured."
that was the next thing I do want to say is, while watching this movie, it reminded me of the time that I described Demon Lover to a guild member of mine on World of Warcraft.
Right.
Because this was earlier this year. It was like we're almost a year in.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, a little clappity clap for the both of us there.
We're like 2 months away from our anniversary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we had watched Demon Lover, and we recorded the episode, and then like 2 days later or 3 days later, I had to do a raid. And so I was like telling all my raid members about this. And one of the guys, he's never on mic. So I'm explaining, and I'm not looking at guild chat. And I happened to be like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? And I had to I explained the whole thing. He's like, why did you watch this? Like, this was a movie? You can go and watch this right now? When was this made? You know, all this stuff, right? And I can only imagine like going back and finding him and be like, hey man, I watched this movie where a lady fucked a car and gave birth to it, but actually it's about loss and, you know, filling the void with
and grieving over a missing, presumably dead child and filling that void.
It was like, dude, what the fuck? I really do sound like a fucking weirdo to some of the people that I talk to about movies.
And it's not even like the more extreme films like this, because I had a conversation with a friend and coworker like 10 years ago, and I'm explaining the plot of Watership Down to him because my wife had just bought it for me, the Criterion version of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, it's about these rabbits and how like one of them is like kind of psychic and they know their warren's about to be attacked, so they leave, and then like they just go on all these adventures, but it's really dark. Like it's supposed to be a children's film. It's based on a book, but it's actually super dark. And like, but it's a really good tale, you know? And I remember him looking at me and he's like, Jared, someday I'll be as interesting as you. And I'm like, that was such a polite and professional way to be like, okay, buddy. You know?
you're a sicko, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on. Have you never seen fucking Animal Farm? What about The Secrets of Nim? Like, come on, man.
I've never seen Secrets of Nim.
It's a good one. It's one guy who then gathered a team of Disney animators and left to do Universal. Don Bluth, thank you.
Did he work with another guy, though? Because
there is another dude, yes, but I don't remember who that person is. But like, Don Bluth fucking rules, man. I love him. An American Tale, All Dogs Go to Heaven, Land Before Time, The Last Unicorn, The Dark Crystal, Fern Gully. Like, dude, these are off-brand Disney movies that fucking ruled, you know? I fucking love Don Bluth. I'm so sorry, that's how we got him.
Oh, I'm thinking of John Musker and Ron Clements. My bad.
Who are they?
They did The Great Mouse Detective.
They work for Disney, didn't they?
Yeah.
I feel like these are the guys who did Treasure Planet, right?
Yeah,
like Hercules.
so.
Yeah,
Treasure Planet.
Dude, you know the story of Treasure Planet and all that shit? I think this is like the second time on this podcast that I've talked about.
I
Treasure
probably
Planet.
did at one point because I listened to the Blank Check episode about it.
Oh, dude, you got to check out this guy Breadsword on YouTube.
Yeah,
he did like why Treasure Planet failed, and he spends like 30 minutes talking about how fucking phenomenal this movie was and the trials and tribulations both those guys had to go through to get that thing made.
Yeah,
only for Disney to how do you say, do no advertising, and what advertising they did,
they tried to bury
spoiled the whole fucking movie just so it would get buried. Are you fucking kidding me? I recently watched that movie. Well, I guess I say recently, it was like 2 years ago. This is, you know, right after my son was born, and I was like, well, we've got Disney Plus, I might as well just watch some fucking Disney movies. That movie was great. It made me cry.
Okay, they did The Great Mouse Detective, The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Hercules, Treasure Planet, The Princess and the Frog, and
Moana?
Moana, excuse me.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so, I mean, A, good thing that they didn't lose their jobs after Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
B, doing the last animated movie that Disney ever did, which is, you know, good for them. That was Princess and the Frog.
Moana?
No, Princess and the Frog is...
their last,
yeah, Moana is
hand-drawn.
CGI, yeah. These guys are amazing.
Yeah.
I love the stuff that they do.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
I mean, all of those are certified classics.
Yeah, although Hercules does have some problems.
I loved Hercules when I was 7.
I also love Hercules.
I've not seen it since I was 7. No.
Do you want a great story about me crying again?
Sure.
Okay, no shit, dude. I don't like parades. I don't like fireworks shows. I don't give a single fuck about any of that stuff at Disney, right? but they had done a new show. This is like right before the pandemic. Haley was like, let's go see it, whatever, right?
That was before Ez too.
This is before Ezra, yeah. If it was after Ezra, I would have been like sobbing in the fucking park because I was soft as fuck. But anyways, so we're at the park. It's late. The show's about to start. They're doing so a lot of the animation team that used to do the hand-drawn stuff, they all got dispersed across the parks to do the imaging over the castle and landmarks and shit like that, right, for these shows. Mm-hmm. So this new thing, they're doing projection imaging over the castle, and it's themed to whatever song's playing at the time. And it's inventive, it's all this other stuff that's really cool and shit. And then fucking I Can Go the Distance starts playing from Hercules, and like I don't know what it was, but the moment it started playing, I'm like, I can't go the distance.
Disney,
I fucking love them.
Disney films are manipulative like that, where it's something about the swell of the orchestra and the vocals and everyone else's spirit around you. Yeah. Like it just works.
It does. It's crazy.
Like, I cannot even be engrossed in a movie like that. I'll be walking by in the living room, but like something will click and I'll just get emotional about it, and I'll be like, this is fucking stupid. But it works, and it's because it's like it's almost like scientifically engineered to do that to you, but it feels manipulative, which is what's annoying about it. And the Marvel movies are doing the same thing, but I feel like every single time I go into a rant on this podcast, I end up
with the Marvel films.
I end up bitching about Marvel films, and I have to stop, but
it's okay.
Okay.
What's up?
I'm going to
Oh, here
we're almost an hour in, but I want to shift gears a little bit.
Let's go.
The Game Awards.
Wait, you're gonna shift gears? Are you gonna shift the gears with your asshole on top of the gear shift?
I'm not fucking the gear shifter. Okay, presumably though, that's what she did.
That's what
right?
Absolutely.
Because we don't see it. We just see her tied down in the middle of the car with the seatbelts.
But she's in the middle of the car,
right? So I assume there's a gear shifter there,
yes.
right?
Yes,
presumably.
Yes.
What was she doing in the fire truck though?
That's a good question. I don't know. I've never been inside of the fire truck, so I don't know.
Was she even sitting where the gear shifter would be? Because I thought she was on a seat.
No, she was in the dead center.
Oh, maybe that's what that was implied to be too. Okay. I didn't know they had like big stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a French fire truck, so I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever.
the game awards.
So the Game Awards were last week, right? And listen, I love video games as a medium.
Yeah, I don't watch those, right?
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Okay, I don't.
They're ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Because all the shit people talk about the Oscars.
Yeah,
they're worse.
Okay,
because the Game Awards are so blatantly commercial. Like you're just there to see trailers and announcements.
Yeah.
Even the show has now been like, yeah, these awards are bullshit, because they will be like speed reading the awards,
right?
And then when they actually have someone come up and accept an award, they would give them 30 seconds. And then they would start playing them off. Like they were in a rush to play more trailers. And it was like, I get, this is why we're all here. This is what you've built the show around, but it's like so naked that it's becoming disgusting how commercial it is.
Right.
Like if you're going to pretend to be an awards show, be an awards show, and like, there's a lot of think pieces out there about this right now about how disappointed everybody was
I've
about
seen like
it.
3 or 4
yeah,
from different sources.
Right. And Jeff Keighley was a great journalist at one point,
mm-hmm.
and even when he worked for GameTrailers.com was like really good at that too.
Yeah.
But he ever since he started working with the ESA for E3, like he just has gone full commercial. And he kind of plays to like the baser, like worst instincts of gamers in the gaming industry to the point where it's like just kind of disgusting.
Is he saying the N-word?
No, not like that. Not the toxic, but just the crass commercialization of it.
I got you.
At no point did he ever even pay lip service to like the thousands of people that got laid off in the industry this year.
Why would he though?
Exactly, because he's only going to be kind of hurting his relationship with all of the publishers and everything, which is, but fuck that. Just say something, say like it's been a hard time for this industry. So if you know people looking for work, please reach out to these, we have developers that are hiring, like do something like that where you're not exactly pointing fingers, but you're trying to help.
Dude. He's got to make the money.
They refuse to ever appear political. Like at one point, they had a tweet that referenced the war in Ukraine and has since been deleted. People found out when they were researching it.
Mm-hmm.
Because even Microsoft, like at their E3 conference, had a big thing about how the new Stalker 2 game was going to be delayed because the developers are Ukrainian. And they're like, hey, a lot of shit's happened.
Yeah.
Some of us have died. Some of us are enlisted now fighting Russia.
Yeah.
You know, like crazy shit's happening. And they were like, so please just hang tight. Like the game, we're going to delay the game. We're sorry, but war happened to us, you know? And Microsoft put that trailer out and was like, shit happens. We're sorry. And, you know, and everyone was like, this was incredible. Like that, I was moved to tears by that trailer. Like watching, you were literally looking at devs, like the people who were still in their offices. And then it would cut to like, hi, I'm the lead graphics designer. And he's like wearing a uniform and he's like behind a sniper rifle, you know? And then it's like, and hi, I work Q&A. I had to escape with my family to like, to the UK.
Yeah.
Like I'm hiding now because I can't go home. Like my home got destroyed. Like my apartment building got, you know, bombed essentially, you know, just like crazy shit. Because like, they're like, we're all over the place now. We're not finishing this game. We're so sorry. We want to finish this game.
Yeah, it's not happening. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know exactly who to blame.
Exactly.
And, if you want to come and help out.
I don't think they explicitly said fuck Putin, but you got it, you know?
Yeah.
But like the Game Awards would never even pay lip service to that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
gotcha.
Because they want to be neutral on all grounds.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting.
Yeah, all that.
People want Jeff Keighley to say free Palestine. Like I get that's a little too far.
No, it's not going to happen.
But like at least say like, you know, sympathies to all of our brethren in the community that have been laid off this year. Like, you know, please, if you're hiring, like reach out and we'll post listings or something like that. It was the minimum he could have done. There was even a group that was protesting outside of the Game Awards.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, that he didn't acknowledge at all. And it's like, what are we doing? You know?
All that being said,
yeah,
Baldur's Gate 3 won a bunch of awards. So
and took Game of the Year.
Good for them.
Alan Wake 2, which was my most anticipated game this year.
Have you played it yet?
No, not yet.
Is it
I just
out?
haven't had time. Yeah, it came out in October.
Oh, it came out 2 months ago?
It came out a week before my daughter was born.
Oh, no shit.
That's why I haven't had time to play it.
I didn't even know it was out.
I did beat Alan Wake Remastered to like prep for it because it's been 10 years. It's been 13 years since I played it last.
That first game was so good.
And it was great replaying it and being like, oh yeah, this is why I love this game.
It's
and
so good.
Everything I hear is that 2 surpasses it in every way. So I can't wait. Yeah. It won almost as many awards as Baldur's Gate, I believe, if not more, but it didn't take Game of the Year.
Right.
But and then they even had like a live performance because apparently there's like a song and dance number that happens in the middle of the game that everyone was just like, what the fuck? This is great.
Tight.
It's even like made the top 10 charts too now.
I think after,
and it's by a fake band.
Right. After I think Haley beats Baldur's Gate, we'll probably end up picking that up.
Yeah, I can't.
It's going to be a while.
I'm looking forward to it, but like I want to be able to set aside time for it. Like I don't want it to be like I'm rushing in between taking care of my daughter and stuff. I want to just be able to have time for it. So I'm saving it for that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But also Kojima was there.
Oh, was he?
One of my favorite game developers who has his own cult of personality around him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were mad that he got more time dedicated to his presentation than most people did. But
being able to
I mean, I just expect that because him and Jeff Keighley are big friends and that's what they do. But
so when is Jeff Keighley going to be in Death Stranding 2?
Probably. I would not be surprised. He's in 1.
Oh, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah.
Oh, is he the doctor whose heart stops?
No. He's like a side character that you meet in the first area, and his name is just a Ludens fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know that.
You know Conan O'Brien's in that game too, right?
Oh, no,
dude. Well, Conan like went and visited him and did like an episode on it too. And
I did tell you that my coworkers brought up the Postmaster, and then I brought up Death Stranding.
The Postman is the
Postman.
movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then the people who both played that game and also saw that movie were like, oh yeah, that is kind of similar.
Yeah. I googled it, and there's a lot of writings about how similar they are and stuff. Yeah, just the main plot though, because that game does
it's very different
a lot.
Yeah.
Or was like, oh yeah, so Kojima came out. Hideo Kojima, creator and director of like a lot of big important video games, like the Metal Gear Solid series, mostly
PT,
and has since gone on. So famously, he made a horror game. He was going to make the next Silent Hill video game, right?
Yep.
Came out with a demo called PT. Everybody fucking loved. It was one of the craziest things of all time.
It was so good.
It was
a
kind huge,
of unreal how good it was for a fucking demo.
Right. It's like an hour-long demo that had like major impact. And then Konami fires him, cancels the game, and people have never forgiven him or them since.
Yeah.
And because that demo was so good,
so hard to get their fucking goodwill back, and I don't think it's ever going to happen.
No. But Microsoft made a deal with Kojima for him to make an exclusive game for them, and it's a horror game called OD, as we've learned at the Game Awards.
Oh, that's his?
Yes, the Overdose or
I
OD.
haven't seen the trailer for it.
So as he's coming out to talk about it, all of a sudden they play dun 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 dun. It's the Us remix of I Got 5 on it.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson walks out.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peterson walks out and he goes, "Oh, Mr. Kojima, now I know you're Asian, so you can tell me about the Chinese milking factories that they've got. They're breeding men."
You're not nearly Kermity enough, too. His voice is...
Dude, it's so... Okay, hey, look, I'm recovering.
I know. But, like, if people listening don't know who Jordan Peterson is, like, he sounds stupider than what you're doing now.
Yeah, I know, and I'm doing a pretty fucking stupid voice. Let's be real.
Anyway, Jordan Peele
comes out. Yeah.
Came out. I can't believe I got those names mixed up.
I'm glad you did. Because I got to do a little skit. You know me, and I love my skits.
But Jordan Peele comes out, and he looks so cool. He looks like Stanley Kubrick if he was like cooler. You know what I mean? Like he's in his like cool director phase now.
Yeah, dude, he's really feeling himself, man.
He really is. But he comes out and he's like, yeah, I'm working on this game with Hideo. Like it's going to be awesome. And then the trailer they played was just like mocap of like actors like talking into the screen. So there's nothing to look up. Like if you're going to be let down, you know, it's just a tease. But Udo Kier is in it.
I don't know who that is.
He's like a German actor that's been in everything. Like he's in the first Blade. He's played a million vampires. Okay, that's mostly what he's done. He's also in My Private Idaho. He's a great actor, prolific as hell. I'm sure if you pull up his IMDb, it's probably like 300 titles
stacked.
Yeah. But it's going to be a horror game,
of course,
and that's all we know about it. It's going to be fantastic. Like Jordan Peele was even like, guys, you have no idea. It's going to be so fucking good.
Norman Reedus shows up. And he's got a fetus, and it's just going to be PT.
No, it's Death Stranding.
That's true.
He's making 2 games, okay?
Good for him.
When he makes other games, they're not like, you know, derivative of each other.
Oh, I know.
Okay, because like you played like Zone of the Enders. It's nothing like Metal Gear.
Jared, yeah, dude, it's okay. I was just making a joke, bud.
Okay.
Please don't kill me.
I'm just saying, like,
speaking of Zone of the Enders, fucking Mecha Breaker looks like it stole all of the whatchamacallit, the stuff from Zone of the Enders.
Yeah. It's okay. No one's making Zone of the Enders, so.
No, nobody is. No,
because Konami owns that IP. And
we're not going to get Dingo ever again. Dingo.
I'm trying to think what else was announced.
Space Marine got moved back to September, and I'm going to fucking kill myself over it.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're right. If I haven't done it already, it's...
Nothing will be as interminable as the wait we had to do for Halo 2. Because I remember reading all the previews and being like, why does this game come out in 3 years? Put it out now.
Yeah.
And it kept getting delayed even then.
I got lucky. I didn't get into Halo until right before Halo 2 came out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
See, I played 1 and thought it was fine. But like I so bought into the hype from like the gaming magazines about like Halo 2 is going to be incredible.
And
like,
it was.
You are not fucking ready. And then that E3 video came out and I was like, I am not fucking ready.
Dude, Halo 2 is so good.
Have you been playing Infinite at all?
No.
You know it's good now?
I don't care.
I know. But they put Forge in it, right?
Hey, look, I'm going to tell you straight up, man. Halo died with Reach. And that's okay.
No. ODST was post-Reach, right?
No, it was pre-Reach.
Was it?
Reach was
it was because it was Halo 3...
ODST.
ODST.
Yeah, Reach was the last Bungie Halo game.
Yeah.
And 4 was fine, but it was not Reach. Halo died with Reach for me, and I'm going to be okay with that.
Yeah.
I can live with it.
Yeah.
Because better shooters have come since, specifically Titanfall 2. I don't think anything's going to unseat Titanfall 2 for me for shooters. Best shooter I've ever played.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Been following what's been happening with Bungie, too.
Yeah, it's rough for them.
Destiny 2 might be the last Bungie game ever made.
What a legacy. What an unfortunate fall from grace, but you know, it happens to us all. Yeah, as what it wasn't a quote from the Nolan Batman films, live long enough to become the villain or some shit.
You either live long enough to see yourself become the villain or you die a hero. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? That's what somebody says to Two-Face.
Aaron Eckhart says it to
Christian
Bale.
Two-Face says it to Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
We're so clearly running out of steam.
We could have ended this like 20 minutes ago.
So
did we?
fine.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Hey guys, that
We're
was
gonna cut a
Titane.
lot out of it.
No, keep all that in. Fuck it. We love it when we all talk about something that isn't the movie. I mean, there's not much to say about the movie. It was done well. Fuck, go see it. It's on Hulu. Do it now. Don't listen to this anymore.
I've been watching a lot of Ebert, Siskel and Ebert.
Yeah,
And,
you like to quote the them when it comes to like reviews and stuff. Yeah.
But like they only give themselves like 3 minutes to talk about a film and then they move on. And I was like, damn, what if we did that?
How many seconds?
Like 3 minutes.
Oh, 3 minutes? Oh, dude,
Yeah.
yeah. I actually, you know what? Really fucking awesome is if we did actually do it. You got the title right. We do the preamble. We give the synopsis and reviews, and then we talk about something completely different for the rest of the thing. I actually think it would be fucking hilarious, man.
We should maybe do that for one episode.
We should. We'll do that for the Rebel Moon one. Rebel Moon is Snyder.
That's true. Yeah, I'll watch Rebel Moon. How long is it going to be though?
It's gonna be like 3 hours. I actually have no idea.
At minimum.
Yeah, I have no idea how long it's gonna be. It's gonna be on Netflix. And like it is so Star Wars and 40K like coded that I really think that I'm either gonna love this or I'm gonna fucking hate it.
I know what you mean because I was listening to another movie podcast and they've watched all the Snyder films
Yeah.
and they were like, "We're all in for this bullshit." They're like, "It's going to be objectivist as hell.
Yeah.
It's going to have awful politics.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a spectacle."
Yeah. Well, so and the funny thing too is like because you know
Do you know what the subtitle is too for it and the sequel?
No.
I'm gonna pull it up while you say what
Yeah.
you were about to say.
What I was gonna say is like I've had multiple conversations now about how like 40K as a community because I know like when how do I explain it? When I was trying to get you into playing 40K, you were like, "Man, I don't want people thinking I'm a fascist." Like that kind of like mentality, I guess permeates from the thing, and that's like not been my personal experience, right? And so I've been talking to people about how like at events and within the company, we're trying to be inclusive and we're trying to make a space for everybody to be in, right? And like going and doing PAX a couple weeks ago, doing the paint and take and having people who are trans painting models and doing them in like different pride flag colors and whatnot, and like being able to share with them artists that I found that have done the same thing, but like way better than I can paint, you know? And like how the 40K universe is supposed to be satire and it just goes over people's heads. So like, and I know that Snyder is like an Ayn Rand stan, you know, so I know that if the politics of this movie sucks, and if I didn't know Snyder made it, I could be like, oh, well, they're just doing a 40K.
Yeah.
When in all actuality, no, it's like if a 40K fan who did not understand the fucking satire made a movie. So I'm very curious if the politics of this is going to suck or if it's just going to be a big, dumb, stupid sci-fi action film that I'm going to love because
it takes
it's
itself way too seriously.
Yeah. But like it's got an Imperium. There are soldiers that are straight up looking exactly like fucking Cadians. People are carrying actual physical flags into combat in a sci-fi film. That is so 40K coded. I don't know if he's not going to get fucking sued over this.
So the subtitles because there's a part 1 and a part 2 coming. It's not just called Rebel Moon. It's called Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire.
Okay.
And the sequel is called Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar Giver.
The Scar Giver.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool as shit. I hate Snyder so much, but man, like there is a part of me that like lives for the dumb edgelord shit that he's got.
He's kind of fascinating.
He is.
I just wish he wasn't given the keys to DC. He should have just
No.
Yeah.
What's up?
Have you ever seen Mortal Engines?
No.
We should check that out.
Really?
I kind of want to know if I'd love that.
Okay.
Because
the one where everybody
sounds fascinating.
Yeah, it's like countries that are on the backs of mechanical things like moving
giant
around.
city-sized tanks, like
Yeah.
Howl's Moving Fortress style.
I heard it sucked. I heard it sucked so much ass.
I don't know.
Who did it? Was it Snyder?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a huge budget.
Were you like listening to a film podcast and like, yeah, this movie actually fucking rules?
Because like sometimes I'll hear someone say like, "Have you seen this? It's pretty crazy. You should watch it."
Yeah,
you
I heard
know?
it's crazy, but I heard it's also not good.
There's also something so funny that I don't want to give away in it.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm
No,
hinting
all
at?
I know is that the movie's not good.
Okay, I don't want to say it because if we do end up watching it,
Yeah, don't spoil.
you're
it
gonna
for me.
lose your fucking mind.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's just a little tiny like gag, but okay.
Yes, we're gonna do a whole episode. That's the episode where we talk about the movie for 3 minutes and then talk about something else.
The gag, yeah.
Yes, we talk about the gag for 3 minutes and then we talk about literally anything else.
We should do an April Fool's joke like that.
Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out.
But the title was one movie, and then we end up talking about
yes,
Despicable Me or
absolutely.
something.
Fuck yeah, dude, cut that out. Cut all of this out. That's a great idea.
Don't you dare give this away.
Dude, write that shit down.
I don't know. It's an hour and 12 minutes into our Titane episode. I feel like if you're listening, you deserve to have a heads up.
Yes, that's true.
Well, folks, thank you for listening to Debaser. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to us on your podcast app and follow us on social media by searching for @DebaserPod. We also have a YouTube channel which you can subscribe to. We are looking to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so please check us out there. I've been Jared Rusk, and my lovely co-host has been Will Taylor.
Howdy.
Will, where can people find you, and do you have anything you'd like to plug?
You can find me at pocket_infinity on Instagram. I don't have anything that is personally mine to plug, but when I was in Philly for PAX Unplugged, I met up with an old friend of mine, Jeff Foster, and they told me that their brother is in a band called Create Control. They started off recently. I had thought that I'd heard some of their music, but clearly I had not. And they just started up, and their music is actually fucking great. Their first single is a kind of melodic metal song. I guess metalcore is what it'd be.
Right.
About how big corporations fuck you, and it's fucking awesome.
Nice.
The hook of it has been stuck in my head nonstop, so you should check out Create Control. They got their music's on Spotify and YouTube.
I will put a link to their Spotify and YouTube pages in the episode description for this episode, and then maybe I'll even drop a snippet of their song in here if it doesn't get content ID'd.
It is so good.
So if you're listening to this and you hear it, awesome. If you don't hear it,
I'm sorry.
I probably got in trouble. Sorry.
Yeah. But it's really good. So
awesome. Well, that's great. Well, that's a wrap, everybody. Good night.
Night.
Debaser is hosted and produced by Will Taylor and Jared Rusk. Want to email the show? Send it to podcast@debaserpod.com. Want to help us out? Please leave us a review on your podcast platform of choice, especially Apple Podcasts. If you write a 5-star review of Debaser on Apple Podcasts, I may read your review in a future episode. Thanks for listening, and take care out there. All right, Will.
All right, Jared.
I came home from work to see my wife crying on the couch. My wife is a truck, and when she cries, she honks. Honk, honk.
Truck wife said, "Honey, I'm pregnant." So I held her by her side mirror, which is her hand. And then I gazed into her eyes, which are her windshield. Whoops.
I said, I'll be proud to be the dad to your truck, baby. Then the truck gave birth right then and there, out of her tailpipe, which is her pussy. Squirting out the tailpipe, what did I see? A little baby truck that looks sorta like me.
It was a full-size truck covered in human skin. It started screaming. I'm so sorry.
I said, please kill me, I'm constantly in pain. Why do I exist, please, in my life?
I said, no, you're my son, and I'm proud to be the father of this human skin truck baby.
Human skin truck, baby. Human skin truck, baby. Human skin truck, skin trucky, baby.
Yeah. I can't read both at the same fucking time, dude. I can't do it. Folks.